Good evening, and welcome to Shawnee Mission Unitarian Universalist Christmas Eve service. We made it here. Wherever you are on life's journey, wherever you are, or whomever you are. I just screwed that up, didn't I? Let's try it again. Wherever you are on life's journey, you are truly welcome here. Reverend Rose?
This evening, I always say this morning, this evening we were faced with a dilemma for the first time since we opened. We have been using the projectors to project the order of service behind us, but we made an executive decision to not do that because of Silent Night, because we want to be able to be in the dark, and we thought the projectors were just too weird. So we do not have an order of service tonight, but just be chill. It's going to be lovely, lots of music. Night has fallen. Stars beckon in an indigo and velvet sky. Somewhere, a baby is being born. Tonight, the world lazes in a love of goodness, while glories stream from heaven afar. Let us meet ourselves tonight where we are. So do not be afraid and be of good cheer. We wish you, each and all, a long, peaceful night. The hopes and fears of all the years have been met, so rest beside the winding road and hear the angels sing. With that, I will light our chalice. We invite you to turn in your hymnal, just like the olden days, to number 225, Rise as You Are Willing and Able, for O Come, Emmanuel.
If, as Herod, we fill our lives with things, and again with things, if we consider ourselves so unimportant that we must fill every moment in our lives with action, when we will have the time to make the long, slow journey across the desert as did the Magi, or sit and watch the stars as did the shepherds, or brood over the coming of the child as did Mary. For each one of us there is a desert to travel and a star to discover, and a being within ourselves to bring to life.
Well, no. Please rise as you are willing and able for responsive reading number 616. For so the children come, and so they have been coming.
Always in the same way they come, born of the seed of a man born.
No angels herald their beginnings, no prophets predict their future courses.
No wise men see a star show where to find the babe that will save humankind.
Yet each night a child is born is a holy night.
Fathers and mothers, sitting beside their children's cribs, feel glory in the sight of a new life beginning.
They ask, where and how will this new life end, or will it ever end?
Each night a child is born is a holy night, a time for singing, a time for wondering, a time for worshiping.
Thank you. You may flip to number 259 in your hymnal, We Three Kings. Please join me now for a moment of silent reflection. We'll just take a second to center, letting all that led up to us getting here, just letting it melt away. Enjoying this one moment, this intention, peaceful pause. Letting the corners of your lips curl up. Saying a gratitude to yourself for what you went through this year. And now please remain seated as we enjoy a short musical interlude. The Grinch is the villain in one of our favorite Dr. Seuss books. It is entitled How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Now, the Grinch is a disgruntled hermit who lives above the town of Whoville by himself in a cave, and his heart is withered in bitterness. He is bothered by everything, but most of all Christmas time, because this is when he is incessantly harassed by the joyful and uplifted voices of the Who's in Whoville as they sing their special midwinter choruses. In a stroke of genius, the Grinch makes it his own personal mission to destroy Christmas throughout Whoville by sliding down the chimneys in a Santa suit, stuffing all the presents from under the tree into his sack, dragging the tree itself up the chimney, and then clearing the table of Christmas dinner. His ploy to dismantle the stockings, tear apart comfort, and steal the joy seemed to be going very well. He loped up to his cave, his sack bursting with gifts, to gleefully delight in the fact that the Whos were going to find out that there could be no Christmas this year. And it worked. Whoville was plunged into fear that Christmas could not happen this year. And as a colleague of mine recently pointed out, this story speaks to community loss, to fear and trepidation. And thus, this holiday season is not so unlike that make-believe Christmas crisis in Whoville. In our own world, there has been much loss, much change. Christmas looks different again this year. Who knows what 2022 will bring? Like the trepidation and worry that Mary and Joseph must have felt bringing a child into a very troubled world, the future can seem bleak. And there is general anxiety about whether or not our own troubled hearts will be held, or if we will remain in this space of discomfort. Because like the Whos of Whoville, our norms have been dismantled, and we are left wondering if comfort and joy will come for all of us. We are left in waiting, in not knowing, waiting, 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 like the shepherds and the magi, like the who's, like the Grinch himself, waiting to see if all that is brilliant and lasting will survive times of greed and loss and upheaval. But there was something that the Grinch had not anticipated. He did not foresee that things can be dismantled, comfort can be threatened, hard work can be stolen by greedy Grinches, when actually all the gifts under the tree could disappear right now. Because the spirit of the holiday isn't in the gift, it's in the love and connection that comes from giving the gift. The Grinch's heart was so withered that he missed that the joy isn't in the decorations, it's in the act of blessing a space. That the connections we seek in our beloved traditions or our comfortable systems is always actually alive inside of here in our hearts. It's up on the hill in the sunrise. It's the dawning of hope inside ourselves as the light returns. Because there is inside of us something that cannot be touched, cannot be changed. There is a holy light that shines in each of us, which is warm enough to light even the most barren hearth. We humans have within us a hope and a love and tenderness with force enough to find beauty and joy and connection in even the longest, bleakest night. And after all, what happened to Whoville, whose Christmas had been thwarted? Christmas came. Christmas came because people just kept on peopling, getting up at the crack of dawn to a cold, bare house with no food in it, and marching up the hill all together to sing as if for their lives, unfazed by the losses surrounding them because there was still abundant beauty to be celebrated and they were willing to access it. For what will always be available to us is the music of our own embodiment, accessed by breathing, by pausing, by letting the corners of your lips turn up and feeling the joy that comes from singing, which we will do again in a second. When we will lift our voices and sing such a beautiful note of joy that on this one night, the Grinch's heart might grow to be 10 times its size. So let us be willing to see through the dismantling of our traditional comfort and trappings, and remember that what's really important cannot be taken away. That the divine can and is present in the most humble of places. That even in the darkest night of the year, new, surprising, beautiful, powerful growth can be born. To remember that what's holy about the long silent night actually is you. Your existence, your light, your family, your pets, the trees and the air, the moments of connection, humanity, and unfolding beauty. But most of all, it is determined by the extent to which you are awake for them. Because your heart will have the last say about what it is you see in the world. If you just open your eyes, you will see a lot of beauty, a lot of safety, of goodness swirling around you, holding you, supporting you. Blessed be. Each Christmas, we take a special offering for the Ministerial Discretionary Fund, which exists to offer financial assistance to people in our community who are struggling to make ends meet. We have used this fund for everything from medical bills to rent, to Christmas gifts, to emergency tows, to tuition, to books, to a haircut before a big interview. Community support is the work of the church, and the work of the church depends on us. The offering will now be given and received. When the song of the angels is stilled, when the star in the sky is gone, when the kings and princes are home and the shepherds are back with their flocks, this is when the work of Christmas begins, to find the lost, to heal the broken, to feed the hungry, to release the prisoner, to rebuild the nations, to bring peace among the people, and to make music in the heart. You may remain seated for our postlude, and you may blow out your candle whenever you wish. Go in peace.
Go for it.
I like to do whatever you're doing. I like to jam. I'm all about that. That's how I do